I'm a 28-year-old mother of 4. I'm a registered nurse. My husband is an officer in the United States Army. And I gave birth to our last child in January of 2010, right here in our very own home. My name is Laura, and this is my story. We moved when I was about 5 months pregnant to our new duty station. I was planning to give birth in the hospital on post, just like I had with all my previous children. They were pretty typical hospital deliveries where I was admitted in early labor, given an IV, had some Pitocin, had my water broken by the doctor, and eventually had an epidural. Not long after we moved to our new home, the swine flu became a big news headline. The hospital where I was due to give birth changed their visitation policy so that no one under the age of 13 was going to be allowed in the hospital to visit anyone for any reason at all. As a nurse, this made me feel very nervous. I just didn't understand. I felt like if it wasn't safe for my 10-year-old to come and visit me in the hospital, then how could I trust that it would be safe for my newborn? I began to feel the need to look into other options for the birth of my baby. My husband during this time was away at a training school for the Army. He was gone for about 3 months and was out of contact except for letters and 2 5-minute phone calls. So I really had to make this decision about where to give birth on my own. I interviewed 4 or 5 midwives before I found my midwife. She was absolutely amazing. At every appointment, we would spend 45 minutes to an hour sitting in her office, along with doing the routine weight checks and listening to the baby's heartbeat. We would also talk about how I was feeling, how my children were doing. We would talk about my husband. I never had that kind of time or attention from an obstetrician. When he came back, my husband and I talked. I told him that I had made the decision to go ahead with a home birth. At first, I think he thought I was a little bit crazy. I went into labor at home at 10:30 p.m. when my water broke. I labored in my bedroom in a birthing tub. The lights were down low. There was classical guitar music playing in the background. Everyone was calm and quiet. I had complete physical and emotional support throughout my labor. I won't lie and say that it didn't hurt, because obviously it did, but I felt very much in control and I was not afraid. After our son was born, he and I were both monitored very closely by the midwife and her assistants. They did blood pressure checks, temperature checks, they did the newborn examination, all of those things that you would expect to find in a hospital setting. When the midwife left around 4 a.m., my husband and I climbed into bed with our newborn, and we laid there staring at him and how perfect he was. My husband looked at me and said, "I wish we'd known about this sooner. This is the way that babies are meant to be born." In the morning, my older kids came tiptoeing into my room with all the excitement of Christmas all over again. They climbed up into our bed and met their new baby. You could feel the immediate sense of ownership that he was their baby. He wasn't mom and dad's baby. My husband deployed to Iraq 8 weeks after our son was born. Because of my home birth experience and the personal growth that I had through it, I feel like I'm more confident and capable to handle whatever comes our way during the next 12 months while my husband's gone. I feel like I know my own true inner strength. It was truly the most powerful, joyful, inspiring experience of my entire life, and it was the perfect way to complete our family.
Her story. Real moms, real stories. Tell us yours in the comments below and we'll produce and feature the best ones.